We miss college football.
Milrose stands in. He throws into the end zone.
He caught it.
It's caught by Isaiah Bond in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama.
We can't wait for the 2024 season.
Hands it off to Edwards, who will bounce it outside. Got him at 40. Got him at 30. Donovan Edwards is in the clear. His second touchdown run of the ball game. This time from 46 yards. And Michigan has taken a 13-3 lead on the second touchdown of the night from the man who was not tripping.
And we're counting down the days to kick off.
Are we there yet?
No.
Are we there yet?
I said no.
Are we there yet?
What's wrong with your ears?
Here is your college football fix, only on the Zach Gelb Show.
Alrighty, hour number 2 of our radio program. That's right, it is the Zach Gelb Show on the Infinity Sports Network. 38 days away until the defending champion Michigan Wolverines kick off their season against Fresno State. And now joining us is the defensive MVP from the national championship game. And that, of course, is Will Johnson. Will, appreciate the time. Thanks so much for doing this. And how you been?
I've been great. Thank you for having me.
Well, thanks so much for coming on. So last year was clearly an exciting one for you guys. And as the season did get deeper and deeper, the games got bigger and bigger. Nothing bigger, though, than the national championship victory up against Washington. Let's pick up really where we left off last season, where the second half got started and you made a big play, get an interception against Michael Penix Jr. Just kind of take us through that feeling at halftime and what you were able to do to open up that second half to secure pretty much a national championship for Michigan.
Yeah, I would say going into halftime, we were very positive. We knew we had a good chance of winning that game, so we just wanted to come out, start fast when we got back out there. And all I remember is going out there, dropping into my zone, seeing he had pressure, thinking he was throwing it out of bounds, and then the ball just started floating in the air. I was like, oh, I can go make a play on this, and I went up to catch it. And after that, it was just all instinct. So, yeah, it was just we got a quick start on the second half and just made a run for it after that.
I know it's sometimes tough to appreciate it all in the moment because everything moves so quickly, but now you've had more than a few months to look back at what you guys were able to accomplish last year. I know you guys are getting set for a new season coming up at the end of August against Fresno State, but when you look back at that team, what kind of really stands out to you? What are the memories that come back to mind when you look back at that group?
Yeah, we're just a really tight-knit group, a really disciplined group, really hardworking group. We're really just clicking on all cylinders. So I think that's what made us go out there and play the way we did, going 15-0, because all we wanted was perfection, and I feel like that's what we did out there.
You guys had some big games. Penn State, obviously the game against Ohio State, the national championship game against Washington, but then the Rose Bowl, Michigan, Alabama, the two big programs that goes on to be Nick Saban's final game as a head coach. I know a lot has happened since then, but did you realize the magnitude of that game in the moment about how big that game was, although it was a semifinal game of the National College Football Playoff?
Yeah, we knew it was a big game. Playing Alabama was always a big game that you got to be ready for. So, and it's the Rose Bowl. Everyone told us playing on that field just feels different than any other field. So we definitely felt it out there. It just felt like a movie when you were playing on that field. It was like started light, it went dark, lights came on, all the big moments started happening. So yeah, it was like a movie out there, and then we came out with the win. So it was perfect situation for us.
Will Johnson here with us. That was Nick Saban's final game at Alabama. It was Jim Harbaugh's second to final game at Michigan. You guys then go on to win the national championship, and then shortly after that, Coach leaves for the Los Angeles Chargers. Just take me back. I know it was rumored for years, and he's had different interviews, but when you knew that Coach was leaving, just what was the first thing that you thought of when you found out Coach was going back to the NFL?
It was a tough feeling. I mean, the next thought is just who else is he taking with him? Because we had a lot of great coaches on that staff last year. So it definitely hurt. Definitely missed those guys. They're great coaches. I know they're doing a great job in LA now, but we got some great coaches that came in now and stepped in, and they're doing a great job too. So doing great jobs in their roles, and sad to see him leave, but I wish the best for him.
I know, right after it happened, I had Blake Corum on, and Blake immediately was happy for Coach Harbaugh, but then said Sharon Moore has to be the next guy. And I know that was a big feeling around the program. What has stood out to you so far? I know Sharon has been with the program for a while, but now being in the head coaching chair, what does a Sharon Moore kind of team look like as a head coach?
He's all about the players. He's all about what makes us run well, what makes us tick. He lets us work. He likes to work hard. He's all about the details. He has a lot of the same principles Coach Harbaugh had and that last staff had. So he's just a really detailed guy, really hard worker, and that reflects out on us too.
We know Wink Martindale is definitely a character. He's been around a long time. Your early impressions on Coach Martindale?
Same with him. I mean, he's the OG. He's been around for a long time. He's had some keep it real moments with us in his meetings. He always keeps it real. Lets us know how he feels about us. He lets us communicate with him very well too. So I think it's good that he's open because we just had a very successful season, and he's coming in trying to learn the way we do things. And even though he's been around for a long time, so I think that's been pretty good for us.
Will Johnson here with us. We knew how good your defense was last year, but I think nationally, the identity of this team was Blake Corum, was the offensive line, was Jim Harbaugh, J.J. McCarthy. Now, as we enter this season, I feel like the identity of Michigan is the defense. So with all that being said, what do you think this defense can do this year, and what do you think this defense is going to look like?
I think it could be special. I mean, we got a lot of returning guys, a lot of high-end guys that can go out there and compete at a high level. So we got some guys that can step up in some big roles and also play at a high level too. So I think we got a bright upside. We got a lot of work to do. We got to go out there and show it, improve what we know we can be. But we're very excited for this year, and we can't wait to go play out there.
The spotlight not only is on you at Michigan, but it's on you, Will Johnson, nationally. Like, I look at mock drafts now, you're projected to go in the top 10. The EA Sports college football video game came back. You were tied for the highest ranking in the game. How have you kind of been dealing with more and more spotlight and more people talking about you and expecting more and more big things out of you?
I think it's all a blessing, really. I just take it in as a blessing, and it's all a thing that's motivating for me because I'm getting all this spotlight, but I want to go out there and still perform the best I can. So my thing is just to keep working hard. Hard work is undefeated, so just all I do is try to work hard in the off season, do everything I can to go out there and perform and be the best version of myself on Saturdays.
What is the best version of yourself? Because you were pretty damn special last year, but you weren't fully healthy. So how much better can Will Johnson get, in your opinion?
I think he can always be a lot better. I've been trying to work on all weaknesses that I can find this off season, and I'm getting as strong and as fast and as healthy as I can be. And I think that's where I'm at right now. So I'm super excited and I feel good.
How much have you been playing the video game, by the way? You a big video game guy?
Yeah, I'm actually not a big video game guy, but this game has been really fun. I used to play it a lot when it was out in NCAA 14, but yeah, I'm back to it. We've been playing every day since we got it. Guys.
Is it at all weird when you're playing as Michigan and then you're in the game, but you're in control of yourself in the game, if you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm like always talking in third person when my player makes a play. But it's definitely cool. I get mad when he gets beat. One of my teammates beat me with my own player. It's kind of weird, but yeah, it's definitely cool to see.
That's awesome. Will Johnson here with us as we're previewing the Michigan season. So I talked about you being projected in the top 10 of the draft. I've seen Mason Graham, your teammate, as well, be in the top 10, top 15. What kind of season do you think Mason could have? Tell me a little bit more about him.
Yeah, he can have a phenomenal season. He's had 2 great years, his first 2 years. He's a freak. I mean, you can't even describe the way he plays, the way he goes out there and handles people. So, I mean, he's a freak athlete, can move like no other at that size. And he's a very confident guy. So I think he's only going to get better this year, him and KG.
Yeah, some disappointing news, though, going back to the spring with Rod Moore tearing his ACL. Just what has communication been like with Rod? He's obviously going through a lot right now, having to deal with that injury coming off a national championship season.
Yeah, Rod's he's been around. You still see him every day in the lift groups, and he's back walking around, doing movement things too. So he's been attacking his rehab, and he's getting better each and every day. I see him. So, I think he's in a great place right now.
Will Johnson here with us. You being a leader of this team, flipping to the other side of the ball. We know J.J. McCarthy and Blake Corum are no longer there. Donovan Edwards returns, and Alex Orji is back, and there's a lot of expectations on him as it's expected he's going to be the starter. What do you think Alex will look like this year? I know we got to see him in small doses last year, but if he is the starter, what do you think he'll look like at QB?
I think he does a lot of special things. He's just probably the freakiest athlete on our team. He can throw the ball deep. He can make all the throws. He's a leader. He can go out there and command the offense, and he can make plays with his legs too. So I feel like he can really do it all. So, I mean, he's got to go out there and prove it and go out there and do what he does. I think he has a bright future ahead of him.
What are your practices like? Because we know that your defense sets the tone, and your defense is maybe the best defense in college football. Does the defense make the offense better? Like, how competitive are these practices when you guys go up against one another?
They're definitely very competitive. I mean, we're always talking to each other, always talking smack. A lot of the guys in my class, we're very close, and a lot of them are on offense, and a few of us are on defense too. So we're always going back and forth with each other. Now, yeah, I would say the defense gets the best of them a little bit to get them going, but yeah, we definitely compete every day, and that's what's going to be all camp, and I'm super excited for it.
Wrapping up with Will Johnson from the Michigan Wolverines, the defensive back that, of course, was the defensive MVP in the national championship game this past year, 38 days away until Michigan kicks off their title defense. They'll be going up against Fresno State. Let me talk about your old quarterback, J.J. McCarthy. We know what he did at Michigan. Now he's off to the NFL with the Minnesota Vikings. For people doubting J.J. McCarthy, what do you say to them, and what do you think the Minnesota Vikings are getting in your old quarterback?
I think they're getting a great leader, a great guy, a great human being that's going to get the team where they need to be. He's a winner. He goes out there and plays hard. He doesn't care what the circumstance is. He's going to go out there and get it done for his guys. So I know there's going to be a lot of people that are bought in around him, and they're going to get a very special player that's going to win them some games. So I'm super excited to see it.
Now, getting back to the team this year, Will, I saw the media poll the other day. Ohio State was 1 in the Big Ten. Oregon was 2. Penn State was 3. And then Michigan was 4th. With it being penned as this is Ohio State's conference to lose, you guys have won it the last 3 years at Michigan. Just how do you react to that when you hear people say that this is Ohio State's conference to lose in the Big Ten this year?
I mean, we wouldn't want it any other way. That's how it always has been. We love when the odds are stacked against us. So our back against the wall. That's how we train. That's how we work. And we wouldn't want it any other way. So I can't wait to go out there and just prove ourselves right.
Do you feel like this team is disrespected headed into this year, even though there's been a lot of change?
I mean, we're not worried about it. We're just focused on ourselves, and that's what makes us the best.
So how do you kind of approach this season, Will Johnson? Because, right, everyone's talking about the NFL. You're focused on this season at Michigan. It could be your last one with the program. You guys just achieved a national championship, and now it's the next chapter. So take me through your mental approach as you guys get ready for this season, and clearly there's a lot of moving pieces on your plate.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just attacking it the same way I always have. So just working hard, studying a lot of film, trying to be the best leader I can with my team, being there for my teammates when they need me, bringing those younger guys along that we're going to need this year. That's really been one of my biggest things I've been trying to do, just keep adding to the team. We got a lot of new guys, so passing on that knowledge that we've had with the returning guys to the new guys and get us all on the same page. So really trying to be the best leader, be the best person, and the best version of myself on the football field I can be, and try to play at the highest level.
Well, it's been a heck of a first 2 years for you at Michigan. Good luck, good health here in year number 3, and appreciate you joining us for a few minutes today.
Thank you.